Thinking about moving to Orlando? Maybe you're tired of high prices, brutal winters, or just ready for a change. Well, stick around because today we're breaking down what it costs to live in Orlando, Florida, and how it compares to other major cities across the U.S. You might be surprised to find that in Orlando, there are ways you'd be saving money compared to other cities, and you still get great weather, access to beaches, and a fun lifestyle. I'm Kathy Williams, one half of a mother-daughter duo, Team Williams, and we are your Orlando relocation experts. The majority of the most moved to states in 2025 are sunny states with warm weather, and Florida is one of them. Obviously, the theme parks and beaches are great perks to Florida living, but what's special about Orlando is the variety of things to do. The fantastic restaurant scene, breweries, places to golf, the nature, charming neighborhoods that we talk about on this channel, and there's so much more. For these reasons, Orlando has become such a hot spot for people to move to, and it's why I've called Orlando home for many years. But with the strong demand over the years, what does this mean for the cost of living? Well, let's start with home prices. Of course, housing is usually the biggest expense, and the good news is that Orlando's home prices are more affordable than many other major cities. The most recent data from the National Association of Realtors shows that the median sale price of a single-family home in Orlando is $445,000. And here in Orlando, this purchase price can get you a 3 or 4 bedroom home under or around 2,000 square feet in size. Here I'm going to show you on the screen other cities and their median sale price for single-family homes. Compared to other major cities, the Orlando area is not the cheapest, but it's certainly a lot cheaper than places in California and the Northeast. I was surprised to see that Orlando home prices are even a little less expensive than Asheville, North Carolina. But I know Asheville has gotten significantly more populated in recent years. The median sale price is one of the most important factors when comparing affordability. And as I've talked about before, the reason why we use median is because the outlier home prices can skew the average. So the median sale price is a more accurate representation of home prices. But something to know about Greater Orlando is every city that makes up the Greater Orlando area has its own median sale price, and they vary greatly. So if you want to know that info, download our Greater Orlando Relocation Guide that you can find by clicking in that description box. If you're wanting to move to Greater Orlando and you want more information about the area in general, this is a great guide to download. All right, so we covered home prices. What about the cost of everyday stuff? Well, according to payscale.com, Orlando's cost of living is about 1% lower than the national average. Groceries in Orlando are sadly about 1% higher. I totally agree than the national average, but healthcare costs are 7% lower and utilities are 3% lower than the national average. Monthly rent is about $1,826 according to Rent Cafe. If you love going to restaurants like me, you might be wondering about what the cost of going out to eat is like. In Orlando, the cost of a dinner can range from like under $10 for fast food to $30 or more per person for a casual sit-down meal, according to TripAdvisor, and me too, because I eat out all the time. For a more upscale experience, budget around $60 to $100 per person. These prices don't include drinks or alcoholic beverages, which of course can add to the cost. We know. Next, I want to talk about insurance. You probably have heard about the elevated insurance costs in Orlando, Florida. Sorry. Generally, Orlando has much lower home insurance costs compared to other major Florida cities like Miami and Fort Lauderdale. However, Orlando's home insurance rates are higher than the national average. The average annual cost of homeowners insurance in Orlando, Florida is around $2,315 for a policy with a $300,000 in dwelling coverage, according to Policy Genius. Insurance costs really, though, can vary based on factors like home value, coverage amounts, and, of course, location. On the flip side, I've had clients tell me that their home insurance is cheaper than they thought it was going to be when moving to Florida. So everything is relative. Additionally, did you know that Orlando's car insurance rates are higher than the national average? Again, sorry. Car insurance in Orlando is significantly more expensive than the national average, particularly for full coverage. Minimum coverage insurance cost in Orlando, approximately $145 per month or $1,737 per year, which is about 136% higher than the national average. We drive fast here, people. I'm just saying. Now let's pivot to taxes. Taxes, yay. One of the financial perks of living in Florida is there's no state sales income tax, which can save you thousands every year. And property taxes are only slightly more elevated than national average. They used to be average or lower, but they've gone up, I guess. I think with property values going up, just the taxes go up. The median annual property tax bill in Orlando is $3,073, while the national median is $2,069. Florida does, though, have a tax exemption called the homestead exemption, which you can apply for if the property is your primary residence. This exemption reduces the taxable value of the property, ultimately lowering the overall property tax bill. Yay. This exemption also comes with a 3% savings cap, which keeps the taxable value of the property low. This can provide a significant tax savings over time, and the longer you hold on to a property, the better the tax savings. Remember, this can only apply to a property that is your primary residence. So investment properties, second homes, they cannot be eligible. Also, we have the Florida Save Our Homes provision, which allows a homeowner to port or transfer all or a portion of the tax benefit up to $500,000 from one primary home to the next. If your new home has a higher market value than your prior residence, the portability amount is determined by subtracting the assessed value of the former home from its market value. If you're looking at homes and you're curious about what a certain property's taxes would be, Orange County Property Appraiser's website has a handy tax estimator tool where you can enter the address and it will give you the tax estimate. I love that. Overall, of course, there are some trade-offs. Insurance costs in Florida, especially for homeowners, can be higher because of hurricane risk. But again, no state income tax. Homestead exemption savings and lower everyday costs and housing compared to other major cities can help offset that. If you have questions about relocating to the Orlando area, we'd love to be your local expert. My contact info can be found in the description below. I hope this info has been helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye now.